Hi Lauren, I just wanted to respond to your video, and I like the fact that you hit on a lot of points that I did not hit on in my video to cover pretty much everything. One thing that I liked is how you talked about how sexual abuse is something that happens often, and I think it's happening a lot now as children, and though I think that a lot of children have felt the power that they can speak up, I think it's still something that's hard for children to talk about. And I liked your how you mentioned the definition of sexual abuse and how it is an exercise of power and control. And I think you hit it on the head when you talked about how sex is viewed negatively in our society and how it's negatively portrayed in the media and literature and magazines, and it's pretty much everywhere. And I think we as teachers need to teach children how to appropriately use their bodies. And I think I started to think when I was watching your video about the lives of perpetrators and what kind of how they viewed sex as a child, and if it was in a negative light, and how this may have caused them to be sexually abusive later on. And so thinking about that, I started to realize that we have a huge role as teachers to make sure that children know what is right from wrong. I also like how you talked about how we live in a very optimistic world, and we need to face the reality that a child in our classroom could be being sexually abused, and we need to think about how to address that in a realistic way. Another thing that you mentioned was about secrets, and you made some very good points about that. And one thing that I wanted to, I guess, challenge everyone to think about as future teachers is how we can make our classroom environment a place that is open and where kids don't need to feel like they need to keep secrets, or in a way where they can feel like they can come to us as someone who will trust them and help guide them, and someone that they can talk to as their teacher. So yeah, I really liked your video, and I think that you made some really good points.